This video is going to serve as a quick review over what we started last week and are going to be continuing with this week, just to make sure that we have a really good understanding of graphing lines in slope-intercept form. So remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M stands for the slope, which is the movement of the line. B stands for the y-intercept, which is where we begin when we graph. So if I have the line y equals 1/4 x minus 5, the slope is always the value in front of x. So my slope in this case is 1/4. My y-intercept is the constant, the number that's all by itself, which is -5. Don't forget that that minus sign means that it is a negative. So I am going to begin with my y-intercept. So I'm going to locate my y-axis and go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Then I'm going to go to my movement, or the slope. So slope is rise over run. These are both positive values, so I want to move upward and to the right, which represents positive movements. So up 1 over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1 over 4. All right, I do want to show you that that's the same as doing two negative actions, because when you divide two negative numbers, you end up getting a positive. So going down and backwards 4, down, backwards 4, also creates a positive slope. In my next example, I have y equals -3x plus 5. My slope is located in front of the x, so it is -3. My y-intercept is the constant, which is 5. So this time I'm going to begin on the y-axis at +5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's my beginning point. My movement this time is a whole number, so I like to place it over an imaginary 1. That way I know exactly how many spaces I'm going up and down and right and left. Remember, this is still my rise over my run. So I'm going to go down 3 units because 3 is negative. 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1 because it is positive. Down 3, to the right 1. That is the same as going up 3, which is a positive action, backwards 1, which is negative. As I showed you in the prior slide, if the most common mistakes that students are going to make is that when they see that negative slope, they're going to go down 3 and backwards 1 and go in 2 negative directions. Those 2 negative actions end up making a positive. Make sure your negative slopes are going in the downhill direction. This is kind of preparing us for the end of next week, or end of this week, when we're starting off in standard form. Standard form is when your x and y is on the right or left-hand side and your constant is isolated on the right. So we want to solve to get y by itself, so then we're in slope-intercept form. So we've done this before. I'm going to move my 3x over by subtracting. That way they cancel out. I'm left with -6y is equal to -3x minus 24. Remember, an x and a constant are unlike terms. They cannot be combined together. I still want to get y by itself, so I'm going to divide every single term by -6. So I'm left with y is equal -3 over -6. 2 negatives make a positive, and that is a fraction because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So I can reduce that to 1/2 x and then plus 4. My slope is 1/2 because that is what is out in front of the x. My y-intercept is 4 since that is my constant. So I'm going to start at the y-axis at +4. And then I'm going to use my rise over my run. This is a positive slope. So I'm going to take 2 positive actions. Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. I could also take 2 negative actions. Down 1, backwards 2. Down 1, backwards 2. and that creates my line.